everyone, and welcome to the next World of Darkness news show in the midst of the month of darkness. So we are very deep in World of Darkness, in the month of darkness, and in the World of Darkness right now. A few days in with beats and reveals happening every single day, every single week on Thursdays here on Twitch live, and later on Fridays on YouTube. We're going to give you the sum up of what happened this week. What have we revealed? What are the latest beats? Because there's going to be a lot happening this month, and we understand it's going to be a little bit harder to catch up with the amount of things we're going to throw at you this month. So yeah, consider this a wrap up of what happened last week, starting from Friday up until today, just a few hours ago actually. Let's go to the first piece of news. Vampire the Masquerade Swansong, our upcoming single-player RPG from Big Bad Wolf, has released a next trailer. This is actually the last of the protagonist trailers for Swansong. As you probably know, the game has three protagonists, which is the Ventru, Malkavian, and the Toreador, and we've already been able to see the trailers for Leisha, the Malkavian, and for Caleb, the Ventru. And now it's time for the Toreador, a very interesting character which I believe after this trailer you're going to like as much as I do. Let's check it out.
She loves me not. She loves me, she loves me. The more you try to hold a rose, the more you must bear her thorns.
We will be showing you more from Swansong as the time goes by, but as for now, you can probably already guess that the three protagonists are going to be very much different from each other. I really recommend to compare this trailer to the previous ones, and also try to check out for hidden secrets, because there's a lot of little hidden stuff in them if you look closely enough. But in the meantime, let's jump to the next news. And the news are for our community, something that a lot of community members have been asking us about for a long time now, and we are finally bringing you the good news. Storytellers Vault is opening up to V5. Starting from October 15th, you will be able to upload, sell, or share your projects that are source books, or homebrews, or artworks, or anything else that is done accordingly to the Storytellers Vault guidelines on the Storytellers Vault. Storytellers Vault is a place for our creators, so for community folks to release and even sell their products and actually gain revenue from it. So if you've ever thought about making your own version of this city, for example, or your own take on Sabbat, your own take on a particular bloodline or a clan in Storytellers Vault, and releasing this to the public either as something that you want to do for free or maybe even selling it, then you will be able to do it this month for V5. There's a lot of wonderful legacy products already on Storytellers Vault for all of our legacy editions, so for previous editions of Vampire the Masquerade, but also Werewolf the Apocalypse, Mage Changeling, and now Vampire the Masquerade V5 is going to enter Storytellers Vault starting from October 15th. We are very excited to see what people are cooking. I've seen already some previews of what people are doing. We are sharing, we will be sharing more of these creations as the Storytellers Vault opens, but as for now, you will be able to check them out on various personal Twitter, Facebook profiles, and Discord. So keep a look on all the creators who are going to share their works on Storytellers Vault, and if you want to join, then we have also a place for you to help. And that place is our Dark Pack community server, which we have opened. And this is a special place both for the Dark Pack creators and for the Storytellers Vault creators in order to collaborate and ask questions, get in touch with us, and get your creative juices flowing. Dark Pack is the agreement which we've set up a long while ago as World of Darkness. And we are constantly upgrading it and making it more modern to fulfill the needs of our current community. And Dark Pack allows you to use our IP, use World of Darkness legally in order to do your own stuff. So if you want to do Discord bots, if you want to do your own websites, Discord servers where you roleplay Vampire the Masquerade, or any other endeavors that are listed under Dark Pack, you will be able to do it so legally using this agreement. Storytellers Vault allows you to additionally sell things for money. So all of these endeavors that the community can creatively do are summed up together under these two agreements, and we've made a server for creators to collaborate in, to discuss things together, to promote your works, and also to ask us if there are any things that you are still not sure about on how exactly to use Dark Pack or Storytellers Vault. You can go there and ask your questions. Do !Dark Pack in the chat if you want to join our server right now. If you are on YouTube, I will be posting the link down below. This server is different from our World of Darkness regular server in the way that it's not simply open to everyone entering the server. In order to enter it, you need to fill a very short survey, which just is supposed to clarify that you know more or less what the server is about, and that you are either an existing creator or someone who plans to create something under Dark Pack or Storytellers Vault in the future. So you don't have to have any works ready in order to enter. It's very open for you if you are just interested in the general idea, but we very much would like to invite you if you in general just are interested in everything. So please notify that in the entry survey, and this way we'll be able to make sure that the server is filled only with people who more or less know what we're about there, and there's not a lot of off-top. There's tons of rooms there for TikTokers, streamers, YouTubers, homebrew writers, narrative writers, artists, coders. There's a massive amount of places there to discuss and share your works, or collaborate with others, or say what you're working on. So yeah, I would love to see you all there. I spend a lot of time on the server, and I really hope that it's going to be useful for people in the future. Thank you so much for those of you who are using Dark Pack comment on the stream. For those of you on YouTube, it's going to be available down below. And the next piece of news is something super fresh that I want to share just today. As you can see, I even changed this wonderful slide by crossing out soon and changing it to now, because Sharkmob has just released the Act 2 for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt. This is a massive update for the game, which is adding a lot of not only quality of life improvements, but also new things to the game, which you can enjoy starting from right now. To give you a little glimpse on what is going to be a part of this update, of course, starting from things that were requested by the community. There's going to be a lot of quality of life improvements for the climbing, for resurrecting, for the general balance of the clans and archetypes, making sure that, for example, some particular clan, which maybe some players were saying that is a little bit too OP, is nerfed just a little bit, and the other clan, an archetype which people were saying that is a little bit too weak, getting a buff. So definitely I've seen a lot of things in the patch notes which are upgrading both of these things. But additionally, for those of you, especially if you are playing Bloodhunt to uncover the secrets of Prague and get a little bit more lore and get to know a little bit more of Vampire the Masquerade world in it. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. There's a new quest line, which is based on the Halloween quest, so it very much is on brand and on time for the month of darkness. There is a new Nosferatu Primogen, Ominous. They are somewhere in the main hall. You can actually go and talk to them already, so if you want to get some more information, Nosferatu has entered the Elysium. Elysium in itself has changed a bit. There are new things. The Primogens have been cleaning the stuff up. If you remember the Elysium from before, it was still a little bit messy. Everyone moved in very quickly. There were still some, a lot of cobwebs and mess here and there. Primogens are starting to clean this place up. Fortunately, Prince should be very happy once they come back. But there's plenty of things that you can enjoy as new things in Elysium. There are some new dialogues, so please keep in mind to talk to the Primogens and get to know more about what's going on, and more unlockables for the journal in the game. And not only in the journal in itself, there are also new unlocks on the map. We have Rudolphinium area right there. This is Rudolphinium, which you can now enter. As you remember this place, if you've been in Prague for Bloodhunt already, it's surrounded by SI, or at least it used to be. I'm not really sure if SI is there still, but you can now enter this building, and it's beautiful inside. So check it out. I really hope you will like it. And yeah, so basically, this is out right now. You can download it, install it. For those of you who are here in the chat, if you have questions about this, I would love to answer them later on in the little cozy room part of the stream. And for those of you who are watching this right now on YouTube, please feel free to ask more questions about Bloodhunt or anything else down in the comments, and I'll be there to answer them all. And more news about narrative games for those of you who are not really much into the multiplayer experiences and would like to preferably sit on your very vampiric armchair. I assume that all Vampire the Masquerade fans have very vampiric armchairs, and read a very good story with a lot of narrative choices that you can participate in. Parliament of Knives has a demo, that's the pronunciation, demo, which you can download right now from Steam and enjoy the beginning of the game. There was a stream that happened during the month of darkness by Huddy. Thank you so much, Huddy, for hosting the stream and with your wonderful voice letting people into the world of Parliament of Knives and the first 2 chapters. And those of you who want to check it out yourself, demo is available to download right now, and the game is going to be out on October 28th. We cannot wait to bring you more news about narrative games, but Parliament of Knives is definitely something that you should have on your radar. And last but not least, for the piece of news today, the Kickstarter for Vampire the Masquerade War of Ages is out, and it crashed the goal on the first day. Yesterday it launched, and yesterday it was funded. The stretch goals are being achieved. I'm not sure at which particular stretch goal we are standing right now, but congratulations to By Night Studios for absolutely smashing the goals so far and bringing this beautiful Kickstarter campaign to us. If you want to know more about this, well, let me not talk for By Night Studios and let me give the microphone to them. Check out the Kickstarter video.
In 2013, By Night Studios was launched as one of the most successful Kickstarter campaigns in the world for its time. And after 8 years, we're finally returning home to the Kickstarter platform to help promote an exciting new vampire book that we believe will grow our hobby. So much amazing stuff has come and is coming to the modern world of darkness in the near future, from video games to board games, to television shows, to comics, to tabletop role-playing books, to live-action role-playing books, and now collaborative Nordic live-acted roleplay. Live-acted play is coming to the World of Darkness and to V5. With this crowdfunding campaign, we will mark the first moment in a new golden age of LARP in the World of Darkness. We believe concepts from Nordic LARP can elevate role-playing, creating set-piece style scenes valuable to both MET live-action play and tabletop role-playing games the world over. We have wonderful authors and artists working to make this possible.
And what is the War of Ages? The War of Ages is perhaps the most iconic conflict in Vampire. It is really the conflict between the old, the establishment, power, money, privilege, and the young, the dispossessed, the hungry, all those who see all these beautiful things that the older vampires have and they want them. And this conflict has been part of Vampire the Masquerade from the start, and it is a wonderful basis for the LARPs that you play and the LARPs that you create.
Vampire the Masquerade has over 30 years of amazing stories, chronicles that have spanned continents, and some of the most talented and creative supporters that I have had the pleasure of knowing. We want to give you, our players and our storytellers, even more amazing tools to build your stories. With your support, we can do just that.
Creating a great scene doesn't always require dice. In fact, sometimes the most memorable scenes are those where the story and roleplay are the only concern. By Night Studios is working with the World of Darkness to create a book that will create totally new ways to immerse yourself in your favorite story universe.
This is an exciting time. Join us and help build the next golden age of role-playing in the World of Darkness. Thank you for watching.
Doesn't it look amazing? I just had my microphone muted for a second here. I am extremely happy with War of Ages being on Kickstarter right now, and I also would like to give a huge shout out to Gaia Fiorenza, or Archon Ban, who is our moderator here on Twitch, also on our Discord, who is also one of the writers for this book. And huge shout out and thank you to both Gaia and also Galador Fiore, Steph, who are both from Seattle by Night Discord server. This is the place that I helped establishing back before I worked in Paradox, and then once I started working for World of Darkness, I left it in the very good hands of Galador, Archon, and other moderators, and they grew it into the biggest role-playing V5 server that is on Discord right now. And I am just extremely proud of this community and extremely happy that it grows and is just so great, and people from this community become amazing like beams of light in this Vampire the Masquerade world. It's amazing for me as someone that really wanted to always participate in LARPs, but I never had the occasion when I was younger. I was always just online and I was on the internet, to have the ability of having this massive multiplayer role-playing experiences online. And Discord is one of the places where this really happens. And it's not only Seattle, but there are many different other servers which you can find both on our Discord server, on the Dark Pack Discord server, also on the Disboard directory. You can check out V5 Roleplay, and there are tons of locations, tons of people running wonderful games which you can join anytime, even now. And that's amazing. So huge shout out. Thank you so much for contributing to this book, and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, one more thing for which I do not have a slide, because you know, like there was a lot of things happening today. I of course didn't forget that you are waiting for a teaser for tomorrow's episode of LA by Night, sponsored by Huddy. As every week we have a teaser for episode 6. Enjoy.
Because we are going to bring heaven on earth. Wake up!
Join us tomorrow for LA by Night, the next episode launching as usual at 8 p.m. Pacific here on Twitch at twitch.tv/World of Darkness, and live on YouTube on Saturdays at 4 p.m. Central European Time. And in the meantime, I will be connecting to Huddy to get us a weekly Vamily spotlight. This week it's actually going to be super fun because we have our Vamptober going on, about which we're going to tell you just in a second. Let me see if Huddy is waiting for me there. Hello, Huddy.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right, let me just jump very quickly to our Vamily spotlight and show you to our community. There we go. Today, your background seems to be very much Bloodhunty as well.
Like every week.
Like every week. What's the choice of this particular background about?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a vampire just, creepsing around behind my shoulder.
I see. Well, we have a very vampiric week today because of the Vamptober. Can you tell us a little bit more for those of people who weren't able to catch up to Vamptober? What the hell is Vamptober?
Well, what the hell is Vamtober? Vamtober is 31 prompts that you can use in any sort of art form, writing, illustrations, TikToks, however you want to do it, of different sort of vampire scenarios. And they're pretty great. And the Vamily has gone all out. This was the hardest Vamily spotlight I've ever had to put together, trying to just choose just a few.
I mean, yeah, there's tons of them available online, and everyone can check them out by hashtag Vamptober on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I think Facebook as well.
And Tumblr. I found a lot on Tumblr.
Oh, I need to check Tumblr. I haven't checked Tumblr yet. But keep in mind, for those of you folks who want to still participate, just jump in anytime you want, and you can join by either doing art, like a visual art, or you can write, you can do narrative writing, you can do... Some people actually do screenshots from Bloodhunt, which is amazing. I've seen Olaf doing on Twitter, posting the screenshots for Bloodhunt for every theme every day. Doing TikToks, videos, whatever you feel like doing creatively, you can join up. So
and please feel free to tag me in them as well, so I can see them.
Tag Huddy. So the day one prompt was "Fangs out." What do we have in here?
Okay, so this one, they're also, I have to say it again, so difficult to pick just a few from each day because there's so much. The Vamily is so incredibly talented. So the first one we have here is from Wylora, and it's just a sort of 4 different fangs. I'm not sure if they're all the same fangs. I think maybe they are, but different mouths.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked it.
I feel like this would be a very cool kind of a item to wear in Elysium, like actually like UV or LED add-ons on your teeth and on your fangs, so you can just flush them out because you can show how vampiric you are.
Yeah, Elysium, they get to be themselves, so...
I mean, I want to scream here and shout to Bloodhunt developers, add them as a cosmetic to the game because I need them.
Yes.
What do we have here?
Outstar always wants more cosmetics for Bloodhunt, and I completely agree.
I do. I actually spent a lot of money on this game already, and I feel ashamed. But yeah, I just need my vampires to look good. And they do look good very much. I need to play more on streams so people can see. But anyway, Andrea, let's check it out.
Okay, so Andrea, this is Service with a Smile. And I picked this one because someone in the Dark Pack server actually suggested, I can't remember who it was, like Thin Blood Walmart night shift game.
Yes.
And this reminds me of maybe a Thin Blood who works the night shift at Walmart and is just super friendly.
I mean, so the idea was to run a one-shot game which is set in Walmart and a night shift, and there are Finbloods working there, right? I mean, I'm in. Just sign me up.
Oh, that was Searings. Okay, I forgot who it was.
Wonderful. Oh, and I love this one from Ono da Soda.
And this is more Fangs Out, obviously. And I don't know, I get Malkavian vibes from there's no clan listed in the tags, but I get Malkavian vibes.
Probably. I don't know why, but bow ties kind of seem to be Malkavian for some reason. I'm not sure why. There's just something about it. I love the light. I love the little blue highlight on one side and red on the other. It looks wonderful.
Isn't it beautiful? And yes. the eyes are super scary, which is just great.
Yes. Oh, and we are going to the emotional grounds with the Sweet Embrace.
Again, super hard to pick. This one caught my attention, this first one, because if you look at the writing in the actual picture, is really emotional. This is by Doll Director Art.
It wasn't meant to happen this way. It wasn't ever meant to happen like this. It was an accident. I fucked up. And she's asking him to stop. Oh no.
Yeah, it says Axel, stop, please. You have to stop. And I just like immediate, and that's what's amazing about art is it can immediately draw emotions from you. And immediately this was just like, wow, gotta put this in the Vamily spotlight.
I've had plenty of embraces described in roleplay or like kind of like an in memoriam very often, and it's always so emotional. Like I've never had an embrace which was just happy times. It's all great.
Because whoever is embracing you is killing you. So
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
nothing happy about it.
Exactly. It's not the greatest. Even when I actually had one player in which I decided together that we're going to do the embrace scene, and we even came up with these characters which were kind of like very laid back in the situation. It went all wrong. It always goes wrong.
It always goes wrong. Yeah.
And the next one we have actually a TikTok from Matt.
Yeah, so there's like only 2 TikToks on for this because the TikToks are fantastic. The VtM Talk people are going all out for Vamptober, but they all use like copyrighted music and stuff. So I can't really showcase it on here, but I was able to isolate just the vocals for this.
You're
And it's
amazing.
very, very good. So
okay, let me see. Lay.
If there's one thing you should remember about vampires as characters, it's this. Every last one of them was created by someone, mentored and taught by someone who could not tell the difference between caring for something and killing it, who conflated devotion with destruction. This is their sin, their greatest sin, and the one they themselves are doomed to repeat.
Wow.
Do you understand a little bit more now about what makes them what they are?
That's why I love like Matthew's TikTok.
This is their sin.
It's so like it explains so many things in a very short frame because on TikTok you ultimately have a very short frame to talk. And he goes into all sort of Vampire the Masquerade oriented topics, from this even to in canoe. Like he goes into all of these little things in the lore that he just wants to explain to people, and he always nails it down. Like I love
absolutely. I mean, I'm a huge Matt fan. I check his TikTok every day for some new video, even if it's not about Vampire the Masquerade. He just has an excellent TikTok. I recommend it to anybody to go check it out.
Yes. By the way, huge apologies to everyone who is going to see my recommended playlist on YouTube. Every single week I see there's like Katya and Tricks in there. Every single week, like whatever, because they're making so many new episodes, so every single time I'm doing this they have a new episode out. And lo-fi, yeah, that's perfect. Anyway, let's go to the Necroves.
Yep. And again, there were so many to choose from. I just sort of had to pull the trigger and pick one. And this one, I don't know. I think the framing of this picture really got to me. The pens out and how they marked it, the sweet embrace there, and the dark shadow, I'm not an artist. I couldn't draw my way out of a paper bag, but the way it's drawn really got my attention. How it's black and white, but the red is colored.
Yeah,
is colored, excuse me.
I want to thank you for doing always a mix of digital art and a traditional art, because ultimately, as much as I'm a traditional artist, I'm a digital artist, I always love to see people doing traditional art because it's so much more difficult.
I really did try and pick a variety, I swear.
It's wonderful. It's a great choice. So yeah, great job, Necroves. Follow them on Instagram. Let me go to number 3, Where the Undead Gather.
Mm-hmm.
So we have Inky Black. Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, I picked this one because this one confused me. Where the Undead Gather. I mean, it looks like they're having a party around fire, but I'm like, who's having a party around fire? Well, a couple of people. It could be
Church of Cain.
I was gonna say it could be the Church of Cain cult.
Yes.
It could be a bunch of Tremere with Firewalker on them. Or it could be hunters throwing vampire bodies into a fire.
Could be. I mean,
I was super confused, but I'm like, I gotta put it up here.
Or is this like maybe it's a group of vampires that just believes very strongly that Gehenna is going to happen very soon, or they're just going to be consumed by antediluvians, so they just made a huge fire party to just enjoy their last bonfire or something. That would be pretty fun.
I put it on here so you could tell me what it is.
No, I feel like I have Church of Cain vibes from this. Like it definitely seems
that
like
was the very first thing I thought of.
Tremere shenanigans. That's really nice, though. What about the second one from Paint Lady?
Yeah, this is from Tumblr, and I don't know. This was Where the Undead Gather, and it just says the Safe Haven. It's obviously some bar or club of some kind.
Yeah,
probably Anarch. And I don't know, I very much liked it.
I like the symbol here, and it looks like a concept art for a video game, actually. This could be easily used as a concept art for some upcoming vampire RPG sort of a situation. So yeah, it looks
when
really
I saw
cool.
it, I was like, is this, and I checked, I'm like, oh yeah, this person really made this, and it looks super incredible.
Yeah, and speaking of concepts for video games, I get flashbacks to Bloodlines 1 with this one.
Yes, right. That's one of the reasons I picked it, because this reminds me of, running around in the sewers in Bloodlines, especially if you're a Nosferatu like I played the first time. And yeah, it seems to just be Nosferatu gathering in the sewer as they would.
Yeah, and you know what? This actually gives me an idea. Someone should reclaim the Warrens. I know that there were many attempts by the modders of Bloodlines 1 in order to make this area a little bit more playable and, for example, make it skippable. Or there are some people who actually removed some parts of the Warrens so you could just get through them quicker. But imagine...
Yeah, you can go into one little area and there's a little laptop there and you can just go on the laptop and poof out of the Warrens.
Yes, but in this particular case, imagine if someone put some little lights in there and put some NPCs and make a Warren party. I think that would be a pretty cool way to reclaim it.
and just a few less Samichi horrors would be good.
A few less Samichi horrors, few less Schlachta, definitely few less disgusting spider-like creatures that have open bellies and things going out of that belly. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Someone tell Andre to calm down.
Definitely. Andre needs to calm down. No, but I love this. It's beautiful.
It is, yeah.
Okay, and now...
Dolores Draws, who is also on Twitter, I believe.
Dolores Draws. All right, and now let's go to Elysium Fashion, which is one of my favorite prompts.
Yeah, the most to choose from was probably Elysium Fashion and Undead Love. But I picked this particular one by Shade, because it reminded me of Helsing, of the way the Helsing is drawn.
Oh yeah, Alucard. Yes.
Alucard, exactly. And it's apparently, according to the comments that I was reading, it's supposed to be a Nosferatu and a Malkavian. The one standing is a Malkavian.
I love him.
I really liked it.
I love him. No, I huge hats and round glasses is just like a staple of vampire fashion, so I'm always going to say myself under it. But for me, this Nosferatu is the really dapper one in here. I love the fashion. I would love to meet them and just like hang out with them. That'd be really cool. Oh, and we have an actual cosplay here from Luna Lapine.
I was really on the hunt to find a cosplay, which I was having a little bit of difficulty with. But I did finally find one for Elysium Fashion, and isn't this just the most beautiful dress?
It's gorgeous. Also, wonderful background with the curtain. It's a really cool shot. I love this dress though, and the gloves and everything. It looks beautiful.
This is a Luna Lapine, and they are doing cosplays for all of the prompts.
Luna, amazing. I'm going to check out the Twitter right after this one and check what they're cooking. All right, the Demon's Kitten. Oh, I like this one.
I like this one because apparently this is a Tremere Primogen, because they're a little older, and very rarely do we see older kindred.
True.
And they're dressed like, they lived in Manhattan in the 1950s, and I love it.
We forget about the fact that, vampires can still be embraced, humans can still be embraced into vampires when they're 60 or 70. So we definitely should see more of this. And I do assume that there might have been a lot of cases in which, for example, a granddaughter or a grandson had a grandma or a granddad that was, they were getting older, mom was getting older, or someone else was getting older, and they became vampire, and they wanted to preserve them, right? They knew that their life was coming to an end, and there had to be some kind of a way to keep them on this earth, and an embrace would be a natural way out of this, right? So I think there will be a lot of embraces like this, and we're definitely not seeing enough of the old vampires.
I agree.
That's awesome. Love it. Okay, and day 5, the very first bites.
Okay, so we have here a Bloody Gaia. And yeah, this one looks really sad.
It is. It's true. And okay, so I need to ask this question because I have a pretty cool answer which I want to give later. But what was the either weirdest, funniest, or saddest first bite you've ever seen, witnessed, or participated in your role playing?
The saddest?
Or funniest, or the most memorable one. I think that's what I'm trying to convey.
The most memorable one is probably when one of my players drank a mage completely dry.
That was the first bite they had ever on a mage?
Oh, the first bite ever that they had on a mage. I actually, okay, all right, no, I have one. I have a newly embraced Tremere in one of my games, and her very first bite was her boyfriend, and who was a thin blood, and she almost Diablerized him.
Oh, okay. I have a pretty brutal one, but also that was pretty on brand because we just started playing V5, and that was like back many years ago, like after V5 released. And we had the Fiendblood in the category, and the Fiendblood had the flaw of baby fangs, so they didn't actually develop the fangs. And they went on the very first hunt, and they were supposed to drink someone. So the other vampires, also Fiendblood, showed him how to feed, and he thought that he's just going to bite into someone. So he tried to bite into this one man's neck, but it just didn't work. No matter how hard he was trying to chew on it, like he woke up that person, of course, because the person was sleeping somewhere, like some drunkard in the city. And it ended up with smashed skulls and just drinking the blood straight from it because, because the fangs weren't working. It was such a cool roleplay of the flaw. That the very first try, we're supposed to be vampires. It's supposed to be easy, but it's just not working. So yeah, that was great.
It makes me think now if I had someone playing a Hikata, what their first bite would be like with the painful bite.
Oh yes, I've never actually roleplayed a first Hikata bites, which I think I should do. I should look into it.
Put it on your to-do list.
Yes. What's the second one? Let me play this. Can I play this?
So this is this is the only second TikTok, and because there's no audio, music.
Okay, sure. Let me check it out.
Prompt 5, the very first bite. Use the hashtag
That's your
Vamptober
voice.
and show me the last thing people see before you bite.
Oh, come on. I like it.
5,
I like the look come on in there.
Prompt 5.
It reminded me of Meyer from Vain Pursuit.
Yeah,
So
it's
like,
so
hey,
weird.
you like my bike? Hey, come check out my bike.
Oh, that scene. Oh, that didn't end well. I remember the the situation in there. Oh, okay. No, it's wonderful. And next one from Steph Up Your Game, man. Wonderful nickname, the very first bite. Ah, that looks cool. And that was actually my idea. I didn't actually draw it yet, but I loved when people interpreted it with those kind of absent eyes or the facial expressions, which kind of showed the awe of this first bite and the first time they drank blood. Because for vampire, it must be something absolutely out of this world that really defines you for eternity. Like, you're supposed to be crazy for blood for eternity, so you better enjoy this first time, right?
It's really something we as regular humans couldn't even explain.
Yeah.
What it must feel like to them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, some people try to compare it in the role playing to massive addiction or something like that, but it's supernatural. It's not something that is explainable by any human terms, as you say. So that's great. I love it. Also, the hand reminds me of this great animation in Bloodhunt when you drink as a Toreador, then you actually put the hand of the other person on your back, which is super cute.
I love that.
And
the feeding animations are so good.
Yeah, they're really good. And the last one is the Undead Love. Oh, my favorite prompt.
Okay, so I try to get a little bit of a variety here. So here we have sort of a more, traditional, I guess, for Giovanni. A traditional two Giovanni clanmates who are together.
Giovanni's sisters together for eternity. That's really cute. I love it. Beautiful.
That's by Nick. And here is a little bit more modern one where it says he doesn't let her post because he actually cares about the Second Inquisition or whatever, but she still tags photos of them together. So this is more like an anarch love story by Blighted Elf.
Yes, I had this child in one of my games that just didn't want to stop doing Instagram, and I was playing this older vampire who didn't really get Instagram, but she would constantly just take pictures and just like the and it was a problem. It very quickly turned out to be a massive problem when the SI just like casually dropped it. Yeah.
Not to bring up Vain Pursuit again, but it was a problem in that game as well.
Oh yeah, it was definitely was a problem in Favors. Like,
not to keep bringing that game up.
No. I don't want to spoil the game too much. Although it was years ago, so I assume that a lot of people were able to watch it already.
I would think so.
Yeah, it was a good game. I definitely think like I'm not really sure what happens to the cast of that game. Like officially, we don't know whether anyone of this group is dead or not. So I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're going to show up next.
Okay, so for the last one, this is I picked this one because almost all of the undead loved ones were, couples. But this one is actually love for their animals, their pet rats.
Oh, babies.
Yeah. So I don't know what
this
clan they
one.
are.
Look at him. Look at this big bud.
and I thought that's great. Love is not just romantic love, but any kind of undead love, and her rats are ghouls, so
it's beautiful. Mirage Faye. I love the amount of detail, and I need to absolutely go and follow them right now and check out more of the drawings, because this detail is amazing and it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it should be noted, almost everybody posted here has done the other prompts as well, and everyone should totally check them out.
Yes, and today it's day 7. Can you remind me what's the prompt for today? Because I actually don't remember. Hideout. Oh, yes. Oh my God. I'm actually late with the last 2. I've been doing them from the very beginning, but the last 2 I haven't done yet because it was very busy. So I need to catch up very quickly and start drawing. No, but that's great. I love the sum up. Thank you so much for including both like traditional art, digital art, and TikToks in here. And I think for next week, I'm actually going to throw some fiction in here as well. So maybe you could read it for us with your really nice voice, because I like listening to you read things.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm game.
Great, awesome, amazing. No, I really thank you so much for doing the stream for Parliament of Knives this week. I had so much fun watching it, and it gave me a very much different view of the game than when I checked it out. So it was really cool.
Oh, you kept complimenting my voice.
No, because it's great. No, it really, really works well with especially like reading and letting us into the world. It's a storyteller's voice. I don't have the storyteller's voice, unfortunately. I always wanted to have one, but you and Jason, you have these voices, and that's why I love to listen to you.
I completely disagree. Outstar has an amazing voice. Listen to Outstar.
False. Very much false. No, like everyone knows my voice. No, that's great, but that's okay. That's fine. Most importantly, Vamptober is still going on. It's going to go on for the whole October and probably more if people won't be able to feel all of the days during October. November is still there. You can still catch up. I will plan to actually catch up a lot to Vamptober during November. So
just please remember to hashtag them Vamptober and to tag me in them if you remember to.
That would be great. And we are going to go for Tumblr, for Instagram, and Twitter too, and TikTok, of course, to check them out. And for those of you who are participating in Vamptober, go and write, if you're watching us on Twitch right now, !darkpack in order to join our Darkpack community server. There is a Vamptober channel there where you can post your creations, and that's the same for those of you who are on YouTube. There's going to be a link down below as well. Thank you so much, Huddy, for joining me today. That was great. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And thank you so much for joining us today for the news part. For those of you who are watching us on Twitch, I will be heading to the Q&A room right now where you can ask me questions. And for those of you who are here on YouTube, let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments, and I'll be there to answer them. Thank you so much, and see you next week. Bye.